And we're live.
What is up, everybody? And today we're gonna be going over some wrestling.
Good start.
Yeah.
If this
you won't
were
hear
a
from
YouTube
John
video,
again
I
for
would
the
have
next
my
10
arms
minutes.
raised.
That's true.
I would have my arms raised, and I would from the diaphragm. I would go, what is up, everybody? And today, I just got in 42 words in that space of that sentence. You know that, right?
Oh, I know all about word counts. That's my job.
The word counts.
I
Exactly.
need to.
This is a published author we have sitting next to us. So
Well, yeah, we should say we've all changed quite a bit since we've last been on the pod.
KPS returns from somewhat of an exile.
Bit of a hiatus.
Hiatus. I wanna say it's
I was having elective
WWE
surgery.
induced.
Yeah.
WWE induced and just lazy induced hiatus.
Yeah.
Well, I had elective surgery.
That's true.
I was getting my calves done, like Johnny Drama.
That's
good.
Cool.
That's good.
And we're back to the Entourage references. Haven't done that in a while.
Already.
So obviously we've undergone some changes, as you can see. We are now doing audio instead of video.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it started off
you don't
as
want to look
audio,
at my
then
face
video, then audio. We've been flip-flopping pretty
We have been flip-flopping, but I think we're going to stick with audio for now, because it's easy. And
Audio's easy.
We'll take pictures of our pretty faces.
You don't want to look at us anyway.
But yeah, so we've been off for a
don't
few
look at
weeks
you.
now, basically since Mania, because while Mania wasn't bad, it also wasn't great, and I think
there was high points. There was very low points as well.
I think all of us kind of collectively were very burned out.
It is, because you're like the road to Mania, you're getting so kind of jazzed for it, and then it's very disappointing.
It's always disappointing.
And then you get to it, and you're wet. Like, there's so many dumb, like,
there's always the spring doldrums, but that's basically why we decided to get back on the air to kind of just talk about, not just complain, for an hour, but kind of just none of us are really enthused by the WWE product right now.
This will be constructive criticism, not just bitching. We'll say that. We're gonna give ways to change these things. Dylan won't, but we will.
You figure it out. I tell you the problem.
Just generally speaking, like, there's not a lot that really sets us on fire right now with WWE.
No.
So
there is like Elias and Barry Corbin as always.
And the crazy thing is that it's set up to where it could be that, but they just don't execute it.
Yeah.
Like,
they have
SmackDown has one of the best rosters.
There's so many triggers they could pull right now in terms of stars, and they got their dicks are so soft, and they're not pulling them.
It's just incredible how like, there's so many, like you said, the SmackDown roster in particular is stacked, and I could not be less thrilled with like anything. Like, I don't feel like I want to watch any of it. Like, Daniel Bryan comes back, and I'm like, hooray, I love Daniel Bryan.
And
he's
we
like,
get Big Cass.
Yeah, he's like my fucking hero in the last 5 years of wrestling.
Oh, Big Cass is your hero.
Yeah, Big Cass.
In the last 5 years.
And of course,
I was a fan when he was Test.
I was a big fan when he was Test. Andrew the Punisher Martin in TNA.
Yeah, and I was a little sad when he died, but it's cool that he's back now.
When he came back, I was like, shit, bro, that's cool. When they put him in NXT, that was nuts.
I knew he just lost his contract, and he didn't actually die.
No.
It was like a story.
It was to build him up.
Yeah.
Honestly, he was signed that entire time. He didn't work in developmental. He was just laying at home eating
all the
potato
fucking
chips.
people, man. All the people you take for Daniel Bryan's second feud. It's Big Cass.
It's Test.
Well, you know what? The only good thing about that though is that Daniel Bryan won like handedly, which was surprising.
Good, but he got his ass kicked after the match. So what's the fucking point?
Well, he served him again this week on TV.
Yeah. But then it'll be next week. Big Cass will serve him, and then bring another fucking midget to kick around.
So it's like, this is kind of where we're at with that's like a microcosm.
We're bringing midgets back into this for comedic
the entire
purposes.
product. So like, what we're generally going to do nowadays, rather than review Raw and SmackDown, as you've come to know and love, all 102 of you.
Seriously, it's
102 views total.
All 400 and something followers.
That's right.
Of us.
That's subtracting Mother
Twitter.
Yeah. But like, so what we're gonna do instead of just reviewing the shows because they're kind of boring, and honestly, everybody does that. We're just gonna do a show a week, just the week of wrestling. We'll come up with a title for it. Just kind of focusing on everything in the world of wrestling, not necessarily WWE, because honestly, they kind of don't deserve it right now.
No.
Like, they're not really doing anything to hook you as a viewer or us as a viewer.
Absolutely
or
not.
Any rational person. If this was a regular TV show, would you continue to watch these storylines play out?
It's like the WWE is just more like a soap opera now than ever, because it's like, it's just gone on for so long. There's nothing left.
And they're in that season where it's becoming like there's new people and they're good, but then the old people won't go away.
Yeah.
You know?
And like,
that's so true. Yeah.
even if the old people go away, I don't know if I have a lot of confidence that they can make new stars anyway.
Exactly. Like I said before, they have so many triggers, and they're just, again, dick is limp. They're not pulling them.
They're just not pulling them. And, like, I don't even see anything that would excite me, you know?
A CN almost, maybe, but why did we have to wait 3 fucking weeks for him to fucking debut? It was like...
Debut and then squash a jobber.
And squash a fucking jobber. It was pointless.
I get squash matches to an extent, but I also am not a huge fan of them. No. Especially for a guy like that. That guy's not a squash. Like,
he doesn't need squash matches. He should come out and interrupt like Randy Orton or somebody. That's it. And then a feud.
Almost should come out. Zelina Vega should cut a dope promo on someone, and then almost fucking destroys them in the feud, and he's off and running.
But like the big thing about Almost too, especially in NXT, was like he never dominated guys. He won because Zelina Vega always got.
He won because
so for him to squash guys, that's not his gimmick.
Exactly. Yeah.
But he was also like, I don't know. You can't. It wasn't his whole gimmick because he.
Every single match I watched with Cien Almas, she did the stupid little hurricane, not stupid, the cool hurricane into the steps.
I was going to correct you because that's amazing.
Yeah, no, awesome. I misspoke. But I'm saying, no, she literally got involved in every single match. I haven't seen a lot of them. But that's his thing. Like, she does that. So right now, it's just...
They're a team, right? She's part of the gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's obviously his mouthpiece, but she's part of the match, too. And... that's what they totally need to focus on. They didn't. They're just missing on everything, man.
It's just bringing people up from NXT to the roster. They don't know what they're doing.
Well,
Did you hear, too, that they want to do 3 hours possibly for SmackDown?
Yes. Fucking Jesus. I'll stop watching.
Well, that's the thing. Like, it sucks, too, to watch WWE. Like, I guess it doesn't suck because it's nice to watch wrestling make money in general. But, like, WWE's about to triple their Raw fees to, like, $150 million a year. And so they're getting rewarded for what is at best a mediocre product with ratings that don't even come close to the hottest eras.
I just thought something.
With more money than they can handle.
Because, so 3 hours shouldn't be that long if you're a sports fan. Because, like, any sport, any game you watch, 2.5, 3 hour long, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What would you think of, like, an intermission in WWE? What if they had, like, a 20-minute, like, every time they just cut to, like, a panel?
20-minute prayer break.
But, like, if they just cut to the panel, like,
in every town.
Like, there's always... Yeah, but there's always what if like they just add and then they cut to like a panel?
Go to
like,
a pre-show.
You have the panel being like this. What's that?
I would like that. Yeah.
It would be interesting because then you could skip that if you didn't want to do it. They could show their recap so they don't have to constantly recap.
You could watch it if you're just like I'm here. I'm watching the whole show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wouldn't bother you.
But it's like a coach's corner kind of thing. Yeah.
They talk about the storylines. They could instead of the commentators having to do all the storyline bullshit during the match. You could have them convey the storylines after.
I really like that. I think it's a nice format and like. You know, there is other wrestling shows coming out, like with some Major League Wrestling, with like
World of Sport
and stuff like that,
and
World of Sport.
World of Sport, yeah.
Like, so we could get some different presentations coming up that are.
I'm looking forward to World of Sport because British wrestling's always very interesting. The way they tried it, I think earlier last year, and it fucked. It was shitty, but I think they got the right people behind it now.
Yeah. Well, they went and signed like 20 of the top British guys.
And they got like some good talent. I forget who right now, but they're all good.
Yeah.
That's not that picture I saw on Twitter where it's like all those wrestlers in suits. Looks like it's an episode of The Bachelor. You're not seeing that? Some guy's like, I'm so excited for next season's of ABC's The Bachelor. And it's like Marty Scurll and like all these guys in the Lucha Mask are all wearing suits like on the lawn.
No, that might be Best of the Super Juniors.
I don't know.
It's probably Best of the Super Juniors, yeah. That's pretty funny.
But... I don't know. Okay, I don't know if you guys had any more thoughts, but I was just gonna say we definitely got sidetracked again.
Well, it's just like
this podcast can be about sidetracked.
I know, but
like this is kind of a
we were on a tight sketch today,
but it's not so much. What we don't want to do is just have a pod where we complain, basically, and that's what it kind of turned into. Like we were all just very negative about everything, and that's why we're kind of stepping back from just being WWE centric because it's frustrating right now.
We can talk about positive.
You don't want to just have you don't want people just complaining in your ear for half an hour. The fucking world is shitty enough.
Occasionally, it's fun. You know, if you're in that mood, like I like to watch people complain a lot. I watch like OSW is hilarious. They do old WCW shows and they're terrible, but it's watching them with those people.
Old WCW shows is a special kind of bad.
And it's like from like the 90s, like not even like the Russo era. Like worse, almost. It was almost worse before that because it wasn't interesting.
It was. Yeah. It was terrible. It was all very bad.
Like 95, 94. It was terrible.
Awful.
Shout out to OSW.
94.
They're great.
But it's like we're just kind of getting this all out of our systems. Let's say of like the frustrations of what the WWE product is.
This will be
And then we'll bridge out into doing, more positive content.
This pod won't be the norm for us. This is a very, as you said, a cathartic experience.
We're coming back.
And the thing, too, I think the biggest issue was that we were doing a 2 review shows every week for shows that we didn't even really watch.
We didn't care about the shows, to be honest, guys.
How much, honestly, did you bullshit I'm bullshitting.
I swear to God, I got home most nights. I got home from work at 10. The show would end at 11. I wouldn't watch the last hour of the show. I would look up the fucking results. And I would just have it on my phone all the time. Yeah. Like, I wouldn't care. Because you don't need to see the matches.
You read, like, you see, like, who was in the match. Like, oh, yeah, it was a good match.
Honestly, like, you see,
I would have it on in the
Joe
background. Like, you know, like most WWE things, you kind of have it on in the background. And you can't sit there and watch it for 3 hours. Like, that was most Raws for me for the last year. It was like, I'd watch maybe an hour of them actually sitting there and watching. I'd be around the house, I'd be cooking dinner, I'd be doing whatever, but like it's not like I'm sitting there watching this, man. Like,
you're not missing it.
So it's like that's you know, if we're not sitting there watching it, why are we going to talk about it for like 2 hours a week?
Like the last full SmackDown I watched was The Draft, and that's the show I do watch. Like I never watch Raw, but I occasionally watch SmackDown.
There's the occasional consequential like TV episode, and you can kind of see it coming a mile away.
Exactly, they promote it, they'll hype it.
And like if something's important, you watch a few GIFs, you know. But like nobody's sitting there watching the whole thing, so there's no need to go through it segment by segment. And
especially because everybody does it.
So it's just the
if there was a fun segment that week or a really bad segment that we're going to talk about. You know? Trust me, we'll talk about.
But like you know, Raw is essentially waiting around for Roman to be champ,
which is gross. Yeah,
they've bungled that so bad, and just so like beyond repair. And I see no point to watching Raw because I just get angry.
Yeah,
like I get actually angry at the bullshit.
I get angry at Roman Reigns. Do we want to talk about the comment he made about the fan not giving a shit if the fans? Leave,
please do.
But as long as they show up. So Roman Reigns essentially said, if the fans show up, he's won. Yeah. If they leave, he doesn't give a shit. Yeah. And that's your champion, people. Yeah. That's your hero. Yeah. Some fucking smug prick.
Yeah, and he's also like talks about his reaction. He's like, I'm already a heel. It's like, but no, you don't realize you're not being portrayed that way. Just because you get booed doesn't mean you're a heel. That's what he doesn't understand.
That's not.
He's getting booed because nobody likes him, not because he's not giving Kevin Owens or Samoa Joe boos.
No, that's not heat. That's
frustration. Yeah, that's
X-Pac heat. It's X-Pac heat, right? Like Reigns gets X-Pac heat.
He gets coming out there, and he doesn't. It's almost like I get it too, because it's like Vince McMahon is like, you're my guy, and he's doing what he's told, and he's getting a reaction. True, and it makes sense. Like keep doing, but like get a character, like have some fucking pride in what you do, man.
Exactly, man. Like
I get you're a great wrestler.
We've all kind of like given Roman a break, I want to say, over the last 4 years. Yeah. Like, oh, he's put in a spot. Oh, you know, he gets fed his lines. Oh, his character sucks.
You don't blame the chosen one for being the chosen one.
Exactly. Yeah. But at the end of the day, after this long, after this many failures, after this many like misfires, it's kind of on him too.
And after these comments, it is 100%
after these comments. And like you hear stories about these guys in the past, like Jericho's and stuff like that. Those guys bust down Vince's door and like fight for their spot, and they're tweaking.
They're pitching T-shirts. They're pitching catchphrases. Yeah, they're pitching everything.
Like he's set right. He's got his music. He got his shirt. Like he thinks like he's like, oh, I just got to do what I'm told. Like he's in a mindset of I do what I'm told.
He's a clock puncher.
Yeah.
Roman shows up, does the work, and he thinks it's enough.
That's the worst thing to be in wrestling is a clock puncher, man. Exactly. I would rather have the worst wrestler in the world who loves wrestling than have a fucking clock puncher. I think he likes
wrestling too, but like
because he's good. He is a good wrestler. He's
a great
no
character.
But
I think like he doesn't care enough about like the reaction and the fans and the interaction and stuff like that.
Like, he thinks he's getting Cena reactions.
Yeah, it's like a pure business thing for him. He's like, I'm getting paid. I look cool. I'm selling merch. People react. It's like, oh my God, dude, I get it, but like, you know, that's not enough.
Open your eyes, man.
He's Goldberg if Goldberg could wrestle.
Yes.
Pretty much.
That's all he is. He doesn't like seems. Obviously, he does care about the business, but
I know he cares about the business, but like at some point, he has to go and aggressively defend his character. Like he's been given 4 years of chances, and like none of them have worked. I can think of like 2 or 3 times when shit looked really good for Roman, like when he beat Sheamus in Philly and actually got cheered.
That was cool
for the belt
because it was Sheamus
after Taker.
Right in the middle of the first Lesnar match when they were shit kicking each other before Rollins came out. I was into it, man. Like that, really like seriously, in fucking 4 years, you can count on one hand the number of times you've been compelled by Roman Reigns, man. That's fucking dirty.
And for a top guy who's supposed to be in the spotlight.
And it's just like he has to fight for himself too. He has to get himself over too. He can't just do this like excuse shit. Like, oh, I'm just doing what I'm told. Like, dude, man, that doesn't wash. That's not gonna get you over either. Oh, I'm a good company, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Roman Reigns is not part of the Third Reich. He was not just doing his job.
Exactly. It's like you can't just salute.
He's being paid a lot of money.
And like you can't just keep doing what you're told, because then at some point Vince is finally gonna be like, okay, well, I don't want to do it anymore, and then like your fuck is like, well, no, I have ideas. It's like, well, where were they fucking years ago?
Exactly.
Honestly, if I was Vince, I'd say, so what do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, like, he's just gonna be like, what do you think, boss?
I think it's
and
exactly.
I'd say,
whatever
fuck
you think, boss.
Yeah.
I'm good with it, boss. Give my lines, boss.
That's the problem.
my
Like, he
lines,
could easily. I get like if they took Roman out of like the top spot, which he technically hasn't really been at the top. But he still kind of has.
He hasn't been champ in over a year.
No, and he's lost a lot of matches. He hasn't main evented a lot. But he's still portrayed, like, we all know he's going to be that guy. If they just put him, like, all of a sudden, like, little bullshit feuds, just, like, quick matches, he would die a horrible death.
Yeah.
He would. Yeah. But, like, I'm saying, like, imagine Ambrose in his position right now and the amount of shit he'd be pitching. Because, like, the way he talks about Vince, like, I think him and Vince are pretty close. Yeah. They both kind of grew up similarly. They had shitty families, shitty home lives. So it's like, if he was in that position, they would have, like, it would be amazing. They would be in sync, I would feel like, almost like Austin and him were. They were like,
I feel like it's, like, I was going to say that, like, Ambrose talks about, like, the Shield days.
Yeah.
Right? And how they wanted to break the Shield up, like, a few times, and they were just flat out like, nope, not going to do it. Like, we're not doing that. And Ambrose and Rollins, like, fought for the Shield. Like, and I feel like if Roman was in their shoes, he would have been like, yeah, sure, boss, break the group up. If that's what you want to do, go ahead.
Well, because he knows he's the guy, right?
And, like, it doesn't... You know, he's just like, whatever, I'm going to get paid and I'm going to have a spot. And, like, man, that's not going to work out.
No.
Like, basically, if you don't have the passion to be kicking down people's doors and fighting for shit, it's never going to happen.
No.
It's never going to happen. Like, Ambrose would not be over in 4 years at this point. If Ambrose got over, like, 3 different times with dog shit on SmackDown, on a sub-feud, you know, because he has the passion, you can feel it. Rollins' passion, you can feel it. Like, these guys, maybe it's the indie, man. Maybe it's having to scrape and start on the indies.
But, like, I don't know. I feel like, it's hard to tell, but I feel like Braun seems like he's pretty...
Braun, I feel like Braun loves wrestling.
And it seemed like, I don't know, I'm not going to say, like, he came up with the get these hands and all those things, but I could see him easily... being a guy pitching that and being like, I want to do this. Or
well, like, he worked very closely with Big Show on that match.
Yeah.
Just in general. Yeah.
And he's completely, like, built, like, he pretty much, like, he has a character. I get his character.
Yeah. His character, it's probably the most over character.
Oh, I love
I think it's just all his presence.
Yeah. He has a good personality. Like, and he shows his personality. He shows his humor. Like, he shows so
like,
many
when he's mauling over Kevin Owens, like, he's going around and around. That's some of the best, like, Braun comedic stuff you can do.
I mean, I think it's pretty obvious at this point, but Braun should be the one to beat Brock.
Obviously.
Like,
obviously.
I think without...
I don't even want to say that because it's so obvious. Like, it's a stupid thing.
No would be a good one, too. Seth Rollins.
Seth Rollins would be good, too. I would mark out for Seth Rollins.
I'd love that.
Because how huge that pop would be, like, oh my god.
Dude. People love fucking Rollins.
He's built himself right back up. Like, he's huge now.
He's killing it. I love Rollins. That's the most important title on any brand.
He's such a good face. It is so hard to be a face in this world. And he is so over.
As a guy who was very good as a heel, and coming from that to being very
Rollins
is
like the MVP, like, multi-threat player right now, man.
Could you imagine if they just would have turned him face, like, right after his injury?
Yeah.
Like, he would have been...
He would be probably...
He'd probably be the belt right now.
Probably be champion right now.
Dude, man, it's Triple H coming back from the quad.
It's 100%. That's what they fucked it huge because they just went, all right, you're...
Triple H come back from that quad. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That fucking...
It was almost identical.
That roof. I remember that, man. It was, like...
And, like, they announced his, too. Like, but, like, Seth's, like, it was almost identical. Like, Seth came, like... Yeah, like, fuck that.
No, Seth is on a real good path right now. I think he's going to have a great 2018. I really want Ambrose to come back, man. I'm bored with it.
I'm itching for Ambrose. I honestly am not the biggest fan of his. I know you probably can't tell that I'm talking very highly of him, but I'm not. I don't like the way he wrestles, but I want him to come back.
I love the character.
I really like the character.
I love the character, the promos, the, like, just energy.
I think he's very CZW wrestler, but he is alone with the promos.
He's like an eccentric guy, but you know, like his actual personality.
It's genuine, yeah.
Every promo he cuts is fire. Like, every segment he's in is fire. You know, like, his matches are pretty damn good. Like, that Triple H match we saw with him, man.
Oh my god, that's one of my favorite matches of all time.
One of my favorite matches I've ever seen.
I had to go back and watch that because it was
such a good match.
That's true. It was amazing, and we miss Ambrose right now.
We very much miss him.
And I'm bored of Roman, man. I really want him to even just win the title and get the fuck over with.
I know, that's what like, and that's the thing that's funny, because
then he could lose it quickly.
But you know too, and like you probably think, like, Vince probably thinks that, like, oh, like, people hate Roman, so I'm not going to have him win the belt. Yeah. But it's like, what he didn't realize is, like, we don't want that, but, like, we would rather that so it's over with. Yeah. Like, let's move on to something.
We've been talking about this for months. Like,
you want
leading up to Mania, I was hyped for Mania because I was like, it's finally here.
Yeah. And
the year-long build is over. Roman will finally do it, and we can move the fuck on. And nope. nope. And now,
And the worst too was like 7 F5s. Like, you just ruined that
7
move.
F5s, a bloody face, like 2 announce tables, I think.
Yeah.
It was nuts.
I can't even. And Lesnar's dead in the water.
Nobody cares about Lesnar anymore.
Nobody cares about Lesnar anymore. Like, I could give a shit.
Brock Lesnar used to be one of my favorite wrestlers.
I don't even care about Lesnar.
He ruined that fucking belt, man.
Yeah, unless it's another AJ or Rollins match.
Yeah. That belt is a stupid toy at this point. Like, I could give a shit about the Universal title.
Who cares?
Like,
he's breaking. He's gonna break a record. Like, he's breaking CM Punk's record. It's just like, what a waste.
It's cursed,
man.
What
a fucking waste.
I'm starting to think that belt's cursed. Like, Finn wins it, gets killed like before even winning it. Basically, KO wins it and has an okay week run.
He did the best out of all of them.
Yeah.
Aside from Brock's kind of a few months maybe. But.
And then he got squashed, which was infuriating.
That was gross.
And then Goldberg is infuriating as a champion. And then
this whole title has made me just angry.
Yeah.
The Goldberg thing, I stopped watching after that.
Yeah.
So that's how bad that was.
I was real hyped when KO won it. That was dope.
That was amazing.
Raw when Triple H turned and everything.
That was one of the great moments.
Talk about
a pointless storyline. Like, you had so many good. Like, can you do, like, remember we were hyping, like, Triple H, Joe, Kevin Owens as, like, a stable?
Never gonna happen, man.
Never gonna happen.
And Ronda, we didn't even get to Ronda either. Like, Ronda getting a title shot.
I honestly forgot that Ronda was on WWE.
Do we want to talk about
after that Mania match? I was like, oh yeah, Ronda.
I've come around to Ronda getting a title shot a little bit more, but I still think that they've spent like 3 months building Nia, and now they're going to murder her.
Well, I don't want to shit
like
on
that.
the.
No. I think
I don't like.
Well, first of all, I'm like, I think Nia sucks to begin with, so she's like,
who
gives a fuck?
She's
terrible.
That's my ex-wife.
She's terrible. Yeah, I don't care.
Well, she's listening, Dylan. She's gonna come fuck you up, all right?
that
But
could happen. Nia, champ.
I know, but I'm saying, like, I don't want to shit on this match because, like, the tag team match blew me out of the water. But, like, what is this match going to be? Like, I don't see this match.
Nia's a face.
She's not though. She beat up a girl that's like that whole Nia storyline is dumb.
Well, we saved that for another day.
She is
the fact that Alexa Bliss got heat on Nia Jax was terrible.
I like Nia on paper right now.
Yeah,
but in practice, it's really not working.
Nia's the biggest bully in the company.
She's not connecting like at all.
Biggest bully in the company.
I get what they're going for, and it's like a great positive forward idea and stuff, like body image and stuff with her. But it's like it's really falling flat because she just has no connection with the crowd.
Piper never.
And she's beating up a girl that's like this big. Like,
Viper.
It doesn't work if you're beating up somebody that tiny because you're the bully.
Did you watch the
Piper would have been great if it was like Piper was the heel.
Yeah.
AKA
Nia Jax. Yeah, no, Piper.
She's in the Indies.
Yeah.
If that's
she's
more of like conquering a bully.
Face.
Like I get like, but like it's the other way around.
She's adorable.
Yeah, she's
a little Scottish lass.
They're both incredibly green, right? Like Ronda and Nia, both incredibly green.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a really bad match. If
it's going to be like a fucking Christmas tree.
I think it's going to be a squash. I think Ronda's going to win in 2 minutes.
But that's the thing, right? Because like it should be, but then again, like Nia should probably toss it around. Like this would be a good match if it's like a year down the line where like Ronda's built up as a beast, and then Nia gets built up as a beast, and then Nia beat like ragdollers and shit, and you're like, holy fuck. And then Ronda comes back, like, yeah, but right now, like...
With the right build, this match could be very good.
Yeah.
I think that's why there's no build. I think because Ronda's going to destroy her. And I think it's going to be like her UFC matches, where it was either like she won in 2 minutes or fucking lost in 2 minutes. And, like, I think they're going to build her with a couple, like, squashes over, like, massive people, just to build her.
I could see her just, like, right away grabbing an arm bar.
Yeah. I could see it be real fast.
Like Carmouche.
I've come around to it a little more because it's like, what is she going to do aside from go for the title? Like,
easily like tag
really
team match, another tag team match because she's apparently friends with Natalya, or you have Natalya turn on her.
You could do that.
I think there's so many better things.
I'm cool with the like tag match with Natalya. Natalya turns on her. They feud for a month or two. Like route for Ronda too. But I'm also, if she just wins the belt a month in, that's okay too.
But
she can hold it. She can hold it for a year though.
She can
and kill everybody. But along the way,
better than this would have been.
But like, I don't know. You look at Asuka. How boring can that get after a while?
Yeah, but like Ronda,
Asuka can wrestle. Like Ronda's good, but we don't really know.
Yeah, she might be a match.
She could. Like she could be a Kurt Angle, but Kurt Angle didn't get the belt a month in. You know what I mean? Kurt Angle built to that.
It also wasn't the women's belt.
That's the problem too. Is the women don't have other belts that they can win.
They don't have sub belts. They can't build through stuff. Like I think this is what happens with Ronda. She wins it. She basically wrecks everybody on Raw for the rest of the year. Sasha, Bayley, whatever. I think that's why they took Asuka off and put her on SmackDown. Why they left Charlotte on SmackDown so they could take their big matches off Raw, so Ronda can just smash everyone.
Yeah.
Ronda holds that belt for like a near year. Charlotte wins the Women's Royal Rumble.
But
Main event.
Why? I think the first feud should have been Alexa Bliss. Clearly,
I think Ronda could
I also think
done real well not like having the belt for like 4 to 6 months.
That's the thing. I think you build Ronda up as everybody wants to be the first one to beat it.
I agree.
And she doesn't need a belt, and she's like, "I'll just take all you want. Like, let's go. I don't want any handouts. Like, I'll kick everybody's ass, and then I'll go for the belt."
Or the Bliss thing could be like, I was the fucking anchor of this women's division for months, and you come in here in one match, one night, you're bigger than me.
Who?
Bullshit. Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Ronda. She calls her out on this horseshit.
They're making her Lesnar, right?
Yeah.
Instead of building it,
she
they're
could
just
call her fucking
making her Lesnar.
Stephanie's girl or something. I don't know.
She'll just stand there with the belt and she'll kill everybody. And that's clearly
Vince's
what they're
girl.
doing.
She could be Vince's girl.
Yeah.
They could call her.
No, because then she's gonna be showing up in really skimpy outfits and making out with them.
That's true. Oh, I would do that. Oh God.
I hope she has some creative control.
She would just
all right,
kill Vince.
you're making out with me in this one. You love me, and I don't love you though, and I reject you.
She might snap an arm.
It's a dangerous game to play with Ronda, and I hope they don't fuck it up because she actually is really interesting right now.
Ronda's very good. I like Ronda.
Like there are still,
she's one of those two. Would have been cool to see her kind of build up on NXT, but I get it. You could throw.
She could go to NXT,
but it would have been fun to see her like really build up a character.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Like
I agree,
but you can't put somebody like her on NXT. It's like AJ Styles. You can't put AJ Styles.
That's why Shayna Baszler's in NXT.
Yeah,
she's the NXT
that,
version of Ronda.
Well, that too, I really like that.
It's working.
That's a cool. That I could definitely see that in like 5 years from now as like a headline match.
Well, did you see the other 4 horsewomen? Started wrestling.
They've been signed, yes.
So
no, because Shayna Baszler, like I hated her at first, but like she grew immensely on me. She's gotten way better.
The character is awesome.
She's kind of cut out a few of the things that really bugged me about her character.
One of my favorite women, aside from what's your favorite?
No, she's grown. I've been really like we sat here a few months ago and complained endlessly about Shayna Baszler.
Oh, I hate
she has gotten
complained about her
so
rear
much
naked
better.
choke finish.
Yeah.
No, I like that. I thought that was cool. I hated everything else about it. That was the only thing I liked.
You didn't like that she didn't put the hooks in, didn't you? That one time. You're like, why didn't you put the hooks in?
Yeah, it's fair.
Talking like a fucking.
She's great though, man. She's got swag. She's got swag. Like
I did take a jiu-jitsu.
So yeah, we'll talk about some NXT too going forward because it's more of an interesting thing right now.
NXT's killing it. Oni Lorcan is getting a push.
Yes.
One of my boys. We have boys on this show. Yeah. You know what boys are.
Yes.
Mine's Street Profits.
Street Profits are your boys. I got Odo Stozovic as my new boy, which I was very. I kind of want to throw a beef there. Greatest Royal Rumble. Why did Tucker Knight come out and not Odo Stozovic?
It's true.
I don't know who either of those guys are.
They're heavy machinery. They're way better than the fucking Street Profits because one of them is just like chunky.
No, I'm just waiting for Street Profits.
You know the kid from The Simpsons who's like, "Don't make me run, I'm full of chocolate." That's Otis Dozovic.
Uder.
He's engaged to Mandy Rose.
Yeah.
Who?
Otis Dozovic.
He's basically
Mandy Rose.
Fuck you.
Yeah. I don't think that's true though because I think it's just weird.
I swear to God.
He posts
she's a wrestler, like she's a wrestler and shit. Like
he posts Instagram pictures of her and she comments going, thanks. Like it's a weird thing. She calls her.
It could be like Blake Lively and Ryan.
We'll look into that a little bit more.
But it feels like it's not. There's a picture of her with
you're saying it's kind of like you and Nia Jax?
Yeah, essentially. I think it's like me and Nia.
But on a bigger level.
But yeah, we'll do more NXT. We've always lacked on the NXT content.
NXT's fun now.
More time for it nowadays, and they kind of refreshed after Mania. They really pushed everybody out. Like Ember left and Almas left and everything. They kind of reset. So
well, I think what we're gonna do is we're just gonna talk about what is important for that week. Yeah. So if it's just all NXT shit, it's all NXT shit. If it's all New Japan, if it's like a mix of things,
it's all Ring of Honor shit. Sometimes it could be.
Impact it's just gonna be what counts and what doesn't make us groan and hate being wrestling.
Exactly.
Basically.
Even if it's Impact, some
power of positivity.
They have there's a podcast with that gimmick, but why would you steal that?
We'll steal the energy of that.
Yeah, because we'll be very. We're going to be very.
Well, why don't we have the power of hype?
Power of hype? No.
The power of Corbin. Hype power. Just a very
hype power. Oh God.
That's one you don't want to say too fast, too many times.
No, we
hype
go
power.
We go into hyperdrive.
Hyperdrive. But yes, we'll just be that'll be our focus moving forward.
Yeah.
We're not going to be as devoted to Raw and SmackDown.
No, we're not doing reviews.
We'll talk about them every now and then, as we said. But not
if they make the cut.
If they do,
basically,
which they most of the time don't.
Yeah. So we still love wrestling. We want to basically continue to love wrestling and not have that joy be killed.
Which
by
we all
WWE
still
right
love
now.
wrestling. That's another thing we haven't said yet. But we're all still into it. We all still watch it.
Yeah.
Not necessarily WWE all the time, but we watch it.
But I want to enjoy wrestling and not be brought down by bullshit.
Yeah, and I don't want to be like, ugh, I got to do a podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like we want to bring the fun energy to you guys that we used to.
We want to give you some
talking about wrestling.
We want to give you some goofs, some gaffs, some laughs, some whatever.
So
well, that's one of our segments: goose, gaffs, and laughs.
Goose, gaffs, and laughs.
We're gonna come at you once a week, probably on the weekends. We'll record late in the week. We'll get it out Saturday or Sunday.
Should be out, yeah.
Keep a watch out because we'll be regular with a different energy.
And let us know what you think of the first one.
Hype power, boys.
The first new one.
Yeah,
the first edition of the new reboot of the Regenesis of the McGillicuddy of Michael McGillicuddy.
Of the second relaunch of KPS.
No, it was
this
is the moment of the genesis of McGillicuddy.
No, dude, we've like changed our podcast so many times. We're like the intro to Bob's Burgers, where it's like new opening.
But hey, that's how you can tell we care.
Yeah, exactly.
We're trying
to
just
figure it out.
beating
We're
dead horses.
constantly trying to get better.
You know,
Apple didn't start in the first. Or was it Pete Becker didn't start? I've been watching Friends.
Pete Becker.
Pete Becker.
But anyways,
Pete Becker, the CEO of Apple.
So we'll see you. We'll see you in about a week. KPS.
Peace, everybody. KPS.